What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? Ooh, okay. What's going on, y'all? So we back again for another episode review. Finally, the last part of season 5 of what is this? Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, so we get into it. We pick up where we left off with Destiny trying to explain, the reasons why it seems as though she's not opening up as much on the show and she's not showing as much, and she's giving her reasoning. And I don't even think I mentioned this last week because I was just kind of over it, but Kimmy kind of interjected and was like, well, you can't say that because that happens with everybody and you're not the only one, and you're trying to make it seem as if this is the only thing that's happening to you and blah blah blah. And Destiny, I can say what I can say about Destiny, but at the same time, I did not like when Kimmy interjected that part, okay? Because you got your turn to speak. Destiny is out here to speak. Everybody else got their turn to speak. Carlos was speaking to Destiny. And Kimmy, you should have just sat back and let Destiny finish talking and finish her thought. Because she wasn't finished talking before you interjected and assumed that she was talking as if she was talking just about herself, as if she was the only one that was going through certain things. And Destiny said that's not what she was. And even when Destiny was like, I'm trying to get to that, I'm trying to clear this up, I'm trying to do this, Kimmy still kept on talking. And I just didn't appreciate that. Love Kimmy, but no, you should just let Destiny continue to talk. But yes, it does happen when they get into the editing of the things or whatever. You're filming for this, you're filming for that, and it's like, when I see it and it's edited, why did you have me film all this, and why did you make a big deal for me to film all this, and you're not even going to use even a small portion of it? So that's basically what they're talking about. So we get into that, and I might forget some stuff, but it's just really not important because a lot of this stuff is just really like rehashing stuff from 2 seasons. Okay, we got season 4 and season 5. And I just really want to understand what went on. And I know that we were still in the pandemic, but still, everybody else was still having their reunions and everything, whether it was virtual, whether it was in person or not. But what went down that we couldn't have a reunion for season 4, and so we got to cuddle all of this stuff up into season 5 and talk about it at the same time? It's quite weird, but hey, it is what it is. Because now that's what it is. It looks like it's just old, and we're rehashing stuff that we've moved past, like the audience, But anyway, and even some of the people that's on the stage, So, they talked about whether or not Destiny's still up in this relationship, if the person was supposed to be on the show with her, will they get more into her relationship with him, if they come back for another season, or if she come back for another season. And she said, yeah, he was supposed to be there, but allegedly something went down. It's always something. It's always an excuse with Destiny, though. So I just didn't. And Destiny is one of those people that I just don't believe what she says most of the time. It's an excuse that he didn't show up. Now, like, girl, okay, hey, it is what it is. It could be. It could be. And they're still long distance, and they're working on that. And anyway, moving on from that, they get into the whole situation with Mel and Destiny being, their fallout or whatever. And, Destiny just says what it was about her part. And, Mel talk about the reason why she, had an issue or whatever was, Destiny did an interview and said something about, how when she was going through whatever she was going through with her divorce, and made it seem as if Mel just came over there for 5 minutes and that was it. You know what I'm saying? And it really wasn't the case. And so, when I hear the excuses for a lot of the stuff that's going on right now, and people can feel however they want to feel, I just feel like it's really, really petty. It's really, really, really petty. Now, when this whole situation between Destiny and Mel went down, and Destiny saying, or I should say Mel saying that Destiny was up there talking to the enemy, talking about her to the enemy or whatever, honestly, I felt like Mel did not handle that situation correctly. If you wanted to know, or I felt like she jumped the gun, I felt like she didn't get to the real root of what happened. She didn't know exactly what happened. I honestly don't even feel like she truly heard anything that was being said between Tisha and Destiny in their hotel room. I feel as though, and this is my opinion, I don't care if you agree or not, this is my opinion, so, it is what it is, but it just makes more sense to me. I truly don't feel like Mel really heard anything to any magnitude between Destiny and Letitia that was being said about Mel as I look back on it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you was like everybody was saying, like unless you just listening through the doors or some stuff or whatever. Like I just don't get it. And what I truly feel like what it was Mel don't rock with Tisha. Mel wanted Destiny to be on her side and thought that they was cool like that. And then once she saw that Tisha and Destiny was getting close, and then them two, conversing with one another, kicking it in each other's hotel room or whatever, that's when she was just like, deuces, okay? You converting with the enemy. You could be over there talking about me, and I just can't trust you at this point. Mind you, at this point, Destiny didn't even know that Tisha was her enemy like that, So, yeah, I know y'all had issues, but I didn't know that she's deemed your enemy to the point where, oh, you don't want nothing to do with her at all. Like, you can't say nothing. You don't want to rock with nobody that's kicking it with her. And that's what I feel like happening. And even if that is her decision, and I get Destiny wanting to know exactly what happened and what was it that went wrong, after you go out and you reach out to a person and you ask them initially, maybe once, maybe twice, that's it. I'm going to give you 2 times. I'm going to give you 2 times, especially if I cared about the relationship. I'm going to give you 2 times to actually ask you what was going on. And if you can't really tell me what it is, I'm not finna keep on badgering you. And that's what Destiny lost me with. Okay? Destiny going and talking to this person, that person, and then, trying to make, girl, if a person don't want to be cool with you, a person don't want to be cool with you. And why would you want to be cool with somebody that'll just drop you without telling you something? You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand the desperation of it all, because that's how you made it seem, Destiny, like you was just so desperate for this woman's friendship. Like, who is she? Who is she? No shade. Who is she? You know what I'm saying? Like, if she's gonna better your life, or did you really truly just like her as a friend, as a person? But again, if I see you doing something like this, that's not gonna make me want to be friends with you, Destiny, nor Mel. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, Destiny talking about, but then Tisha was like, somebody did this for a storyline. She said that under her breath. And I said, who are you talking about? Girl, she talking about Mel. Because at first I was thinking she was talking about Destiny, because outside of this whole situation, Destiny ain't had no storyline, and we all knew that. Destiny ain't had nothing else to say but this whole Mel situation, which we were tired of hearing about for 2 seasons. For 2 seasons, okay? And so Tisha was aiming at Mel. And I'm sitting here like, Mel talked a little bit about the whole situation, but that wasn't her entire storyline. So you can't say that, she needed that for a storyline, because she was still going through what she was going through with Martel. Martel is her storyline, and vice versa. So I don't think that applies too much. You know what I'm saying? It applies more so to Destiny. And Destiny said for her, she felt the way when what's her name? Mel got on Carlos King's show, the nightcap with Carlos King, and Mel put out there that she gave her $6,000 or whatever to pay her utility bills and all that stuff, or whatever. And we see the clip, and I've seen the clip, and I've heard this already before. And Destiny's whole thing is, you can give me something. It's like you putting it out there as if, oh, I'm giving you this money because I'm depending on you, because I'm dead and broke, and I need Mel to come through and to save me and to give me money to help me get through all of this stuff or whatever. And I'm sitting here like, where did you get that perception? See, that's something within yourself, Destiny, that you need to work out, because I don't feel like anybody felt like Mel was coming in to save the day just because she gave you a little change, because she saw a friend in need. You know what I'm saying? A friend going through some stuff. Possibly if y'all wasn't going through what y'all going through, it wouldn't have came out. But at the same time, I never took it as, she was trying to save you, because she was going through her own stuff. So why she trying to save somebody? Why she trying to go through her own stuff and no, it wasn't that way. I I don't know. That didn't sit well with me. I never thought that about Mel trying to come in and be Super Saver Hoe for, Destiny. I feel like, Destiny just one of those type of people that just don't want to reach out and ask for help. And so she felt some type of way when she gave her the money, even though she needed it. And, now that they're not cool, she kind of look at it as if, oh, so you was doing this trying to be funny or whatever. I don't know. It's just weird. It was weird. And I was just sitting here like, I don't know. Tisha coming out talking about some, Mel is a dark soul. She's the devil in sheep clothing and all this stuff. But I still understand she this and she that. Like, how you talk negatively about a person and say, but then a good thing about them. I don't understand that. And my whole thing is, if you feel this way about a person, A, why do you all keep on bringing her up? And B, why is it that, y'all use her part of y'all storyline too, okay? Everybody is using everybody for everything on this show, and I'm just like, if I don't, see, this is my thing. Even though this is one of the more realer reality shows, my thing is, if I feel like somebody has a dark soul and I feel like they're the devil in sheep clothing and people say that she do dark things or whatever whenever she get pissed off, okay, fine. I feel like a lot of us do a lot of messed up stuff when we get pissed off or we feel like somebody pissed us off. Why am I wasting my time trying to, and I know it's for entertainment purposes so that you can stay on the show, because in real life, if that was really the case, Tisha, y'all wouldn't have no interaction with this woman. You wouldn't have went ahead with Marcel to go down there to Pensacola and kick it and have a little conversation with her if she had this such dark soul, this dark spirit or whatever. This all fake and bullshit right about now. I'm so sorry to put it like that, but that's just all that I'm hearing, okay? Because everybody is just acting like it's just one person on this stage that is doing a whole bunch of messed up stuff and is being a puppet master and not realizing that all of y'all, I ain't singling nobody out, I'm saying all of y'all are doing bullshit. All of y'all are effed up. All of y'all are, canoodling and doing this and that or whatever in your own lives and everybody else's. You know what I'm saying? And then this whole situation with Destiny could possibly be doing something with Martel and, I just didn't understand how. I don't know if I felt like Mel should have really felt some type of way about Martel and Destiny being close, given that they've been cool since they was kids, right? But, she said the girl was calling late at night, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. And, we going through the same things, but yet you kicking it with him. I mean, granted, that was his friend, but you couldn't expect her to just drop her friend just to stay on your side because she understood exactly what you was going through. I get what you're saying, Mel, but that's just not logical in this case. But at the end of the day, and then Destiny talk about something like, messing up my business and all this stuff. I said, girl, what business? It's a whole bunch of people that be on reality TV shows and that go through the ringer and be having stuff talked about them, and they have businesses, and yet those businesses continue to flourish because they know how to do business. You just don't know how to do business. It took you forever to get LaDonnie up, and then that bitch still ain't up. Whatever else you was doing, you did not use your time on this show wisely, and you have only yourself to blame for that. But okay. So then, Destiny trying to clear up this whole situation about her possibly having something going on with Martel or overstepping the line. And I do have to agree with some of the stuff that Destiny was saying. Like I said earlier, Mel just didn't want her talking to him. That's just what it was. Mel did not want her talking to him when they was going through the same thing. And Destiny is like, well, if we going through the same thing, that means that if I was to have to cut him off, I have to cut you off, you would have to cut this person off, whatever. And we remember earlier in the season, I don't know if it was this season or last season, when they was talking about the situation that was going on with I was about to say LaDerrick, with Destiny's husband or ex-husband. Mel said she didn't want to talk to him or whatever because of the stuff that was going on. She cut him off, but Destiny said she never told her that she had to do that. Mel did that on her own. And so I do feel like it was one of those situations where Mel did not want Destiny talking to Martel, but you can't do that when these people been friends. These people been friends before you came into the picture, whether they were consistent friends, meaning that oh, we talk to each other every day, or we talk to each other, we kind of fell off, and then we came back and we reconnected. Either way, they have a history that you don't. Okay. And do I feel like anything went down between Mel and Martel during Martel and Melody's relationship? No, I do not. Okay. So moving on from that, they get to talking about how Melody had hacked his phone, and she was like, nobody hacked his phone, but he got somebody to try to hack my phone, and that's why I had to go get a new number recently, because only 5 people had my number and all this stuff. It was stupid. It was stupid. Truth be told, I do feel like, I hate to say this, and it sounds like I'm so team Mel right now, but that's not the case. I'm just seeing stuff because it just don't make sense. It just don't make sense. As the way Martel been moving, especially when all of this stuff been going down, he's petty enough to do some mess like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm leaning more so towards, yeah, Martel possibly could have did something to her phone or tried. And I wouldn't put it past Mel to try to do something either. None of these people are innocent. Y'all be showing y'all hands so much. Y'all act like y'all over stuff and everything, and we can sit up there and be like, I'm over it, I'm so unbothered. But y'all bothered. Melody, you're bothered, okay, regardless. Martel, you're bothered. If you're still calling her, you know, a liar, and she's this and she's that, you're bothered. You're not over it. You're not over each other. You're still hurt by the situation. So it's, he hurt me, let me hurt him back. She hurt me, let me hurt her back. That's all that's going on right about now in this show, okay? And when she said, with your ugly shoes, I don't know why, but it took me off guard. It caught me off guard for a second, and I did chuckle at it. It was funny. It was funny for a little bit. For a slight second, it was funny. But at the same time, I'm just sitting here like, oh, can we move on? Can we move on? Okay. We get into that. We get into, girl, you know, they started talking about Melody cutting people off or whatever. And Martel tried to make it seem like, you know, oh, no. Carlos has asked Stormy. So Stormy, what is your opinion about what you're hearing about, you know, their situation, Mel and Destiny? And I'm sitting there like, Carlos, I know that you gotta keep the reunion flowing and you gotta ask certain questions, but at this particular moment, why ask her this question? Stormy ain't got nothing to do with this whole thing. And it would be wrong of her to say, well, I'm seeing how she working with her, I don't want to mess with her, because people have different relationships with other people, and it felt like that's what you wanted her to say. That's why you asked her that question and put her on the spot. And I'm glad Stormy said, well, I don't have that type of relationship with her. You know, we ain't been in nothing, or nothing that make me say, you know, feel some type of way, whatever. We ain't ever had an issue or whatever. And it's obvious that Destiny and her had her own thing, and they have a deeper relationship. Like she had different relationships with everybody else on this cast, because I guess her and Stormy are like real fresh friends. Okay. And so I'm just sitting here like, yeah, Stormy, don't play up into that. Don't play up in it. I would have said that ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah, their relationship is their relationship, and my relationship with her is my relationship. And here come Martel, get out now. I'm sitting here like, what? I don't like that, because and at the end of the day, everybody can be pissed off at Melody for the way that she's responding, for the way that she's acting, for the way that it seems like she has turned out to be now, just stone cold right about now. The person that we have to blame for that is Martel. So if you want to be mad at her, be mad at Martel, because if it wasn't for the mess that he was doing that caused the breakup, that caused the hurt, and everything that happened after that, it's because of him. So I totally understand certain parts of it. All right. And then for Martel to say, well, get out now. Now you don't want her to be cool with nobody because, you know, you feel like she gonna turn on this person, she gonna turn on that person, she gonna do this, she gonna do that. And my whole thing is, I was with Mel on this point. If anything that she said on this cast, which was on this stage, which was barely anything, truth be told, Mel didn't really have to show up because she didn't give much to me anyway. You know, Mama's just sitting there like she's over or trying to act like she's above it all. But truth be told, listen, you dock my pay. Dock my pay. And if I ain't coming back next season, I ain't coming back next season. And truth be told, if I don't come back next season, what the hell y'all gonna talk about? That's what it feel like, because honestly, they could just cut this show right now. But moving on from that, My whole thing is this. When she said, but why is it that you trying to still be friends with people that literally blast you? Put out there about how you don't have a builder's license and you this and you that or whatever. What is it about them that keeps on making you want to come back and try to get in their good graces and be cool with them? Because I forgive people because I know how to this and you don't know how to forgive people. You don't know how to do that. And let's be clear about this forgiveness type of situation. Everybody is not the same, and everybody is not gonna, handle things the same. Everybody is not gonna react the same to certain situations, and everybody is not gonna have the same response, okay? At the end of the day, Martel, if you're that type of person for whatever reason that want to keep going back to people that you keep putting on blast and then they put you on blast and then you make up and then y'all do this whole cycle again, I don't want a friendship like that because that's not a friendship. I don't want a tit for tat situation like that. I gotta be on pins and needle and be cool with this person because I don't know where his or her attitude is gonna go. I don't know what they gonna say. I don't know if I tell them something about this and they get mad and all of a sudden they wanna put all my business out there. I don't want that type of relationship with anybody, okay? I'm more so on the male side of things where I try. I don't even know if she tried, but I'm scratching. My personality is if I feel like you did something to me, and if we do have a conversation about it, and that conversation still make me feel uneasy, we're done. We're done. We can have a conversation, but if I haven't made up in my mind that I don't want to be cool with you anymore, that don't mean I'm finna trash talk you. That don't mean nothing. I'm just not finna think about you anymore. Yeah, it'll hurt for a second, but I will still have my peace of mind at the end of the day. Because at that time, after what been down, I'm pretty sure I will feel like I can't trust you. And the friendship that we would probably try to rekindle, it will never be the same. I wanted to be friends with somebody, I wanted to be like, I had a situation where I was hurt by a friend. We didn't talk for a minute, but then we started back up and it just was never the same. And I just let it go. I just couldn't do it because I didn't trust the person. I didn't trust the person. Okay. And I see how they move. I see how they act or whatever. And I just didn't rock with it. So I had to let it go. And that's what you have to do sometimes. All right. But I'm not finna be sitting here being cool and trying to be in people good graces and still try to work with people that's putting my business on blast. Marcel, he put y'all on blast. He affected y'all family and you still was okay with him coming back. And then you put him on blast and then he put you on blast and all this stuff. Like, girl, ain't nobody got time for that seesaw ass shit. And that ain't nothing talking about some good mark of a friendship. No. That's some psychotic shit, okay? What's the purpose? What are y'all doing for each other? Like, it has to be something else that's keeping him staying. Is it for the show? Because I just don't understand it. At the end of the day, them two just a mess. I'm so tired of them. I'm really am tired of them. Honestly, I'm tired of all of them right about now because I just want fresh drama. I don't really want drama. I just want fresh stuff. I'm so disappointed a little bit how this show went from them coming together, trying to build a community to help the people. Baby, they was trying to help black people. A black group of people coming together, successful, trying to help other black people build homes and get into homes and stuff like that. Home ownership and all of that. And the show took a complete turn to just talk about who's sleeping with who got this girlfriend, who cheating on who, and who got who baby mama. A mess. So we get into the whole situation of why Melody and, what's his name, Martel. Baby, I am so Melody and Martel out. I was Melody and Martel out. And what I'm saying about that is, so you mean to tell me each season, and I'm sorry that it may sound like I'm complaining a little bit, but you mean to tell me each season we're going to have to go through this? We're going to have to continue to go through this? Oh my God, I wanted to get to it. I really do want it to get to a place where they can coexist without so much drama. There is no perfect person. There is no perfect couple. There is no perfect divorce or whatever. But I just wanted to get to a point where they can coexist with no real drama for a long stint of time before something happens that gets them back in their place, because it seemed like they were going that way. We had a little hope, and then all of a sudden after that trip from Destin, it just veered off course, you know. And so we get to that whole situation of what was it about, what's it about co-parenting with him that is hard? What's it about co-parenting with her that is hard? And Martel, the same excuse that he's been given the whole time, which makes, at this point, I feel like he has nothing else. And at this point, I really just feel like he's doing this just to do this and trying to make her look like the ultimate bad parent. Like, okay, well, since you wanted to file for divorce, I don't know who filed, but I'm pretty sure it probably was her. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you want to file for divorce or whatever, you want this divorce and all this stuff, and now that we divorced because of you filing, because I never would have filed, I'm finna make your life a living hell, because now you want to have full custody, or no, you want to share joint custody, but yeah, you're never home with the kids, and it's so many babysitters coming in, and I don't want my kids being around this man and that man and all this and woo 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 and blah blah blah. That is the same thing that he has been saying for the longest. That is the same thing and the same excuse that he has been saying for the longest, to try to make it seem like Mel is not in those kids' life as much as she has been. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make it seem like she's a bad mother because she is out here working and out here doing what she has to do to provide for her kids as well. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it. I will never agree with that, because like she said, and I'm more leaning towards her side, because what is the difference between what you doing and what she doing? I'm pretty sure you travel. I'm pretty sure you have to go out of town, especially when you go see Sheree. I'm pretty sure Sheree ain't coming down to Huntsville every time y'all hook up, okay? And maybe you are, you know, you could be scheduling stuff or whatever when it's time that you don't have the kids or whatever, but she's also scheduling stuff when you just don't know. Stuff comes up, and either way, you making it seem like, and according to Mel, he making it seem like, oh, the kids that had 20 plus babysitters or whatever, when in actuality, it's just her mother and her aunt. And then, you know, Carlos asked him, is it because you don't want her brother, you know, babysitting because he's gay? And the way he stumbled over that, that's part of the reason. That's part of the reason. He's trying to make it seem like it's not, but that is part of the reason. Then he wanted to use the excuse of, well, if it wasn't for the fact that, you know, if they would have known each other since they were younger or whatever, that's one thing. But he only came into her life when she was 15 years old, or when she was a teenager and all this stuff or whatever. And I'm sitting here like, so? Has he ever given you a reason to look at to feel unsafe besides the fact that you know that he's a gay man? Given who Melody is, I just would not think that she would put her kids in harm's way intentionally. And she said he's only watched those kids at her house one time. That's it. And Martel putting 20 on 10, as Rox would say, to make it seem like, oh, she always got him over there. She always got this man over there. She always got this person, that person, that person. When according to Mel, it's just her mama and her auntie. And see, that's the stuff that I'm talking about. And then you get up here, you know, and then you want to talk about how you missed how things were, and they played a clip of him about to cry up in a confessional about how he missed how, you know, the situation was in his family and all this stuff, and what he wished he could have did differently, and how he wished that they could have still been together and all this stuff or whatever. And you're about to tear up. And my whole thing is this. Yeah, y'all possibly could have had that back, because there are so many women. Let me just tell y'all this. As much as we don't like it, or at least a person like me don't like it, there are so many women out here that will willingly, if you put that work in, if you give them that time to heal, they would have taken you back, side baby and all. Side baby and all. But it's your actions afterwards. It's the fact that you couldn't even own up to the fucking situation of what you did. You couldn't own up to your mistake. You couldn't take responsibility for it. You couldn't take accountability for it. You want to blame this reason, this person, that person, instead of yourself, instead of doing the work for yourself to better yourself, to show that I understand that I hurt you. I understand that I was doing wrong. And I understand that you have no reason in this world to even forgive me. But please, just give me that opportunity. And you didn't even allow her to get her space that she needed to even look at you and say that you changed. To even entertain a thought that, yeah, we could possibly make this work. I still love you. I still want you in my era. In my era. I still want you in my face. I still want you in my space. I want you around. I cannot give you up. Yes, this hurt me, but we can work through this. You didn't give her the opportunity to do that, and you didn't give yourself the opportunity to do that either. You went on this just hate campaign on both sides. It was just a mess. It just got messy too quick. Okay? And I feel like maybe because it got to the social media and it got into the media and all of that, that's what prolonged it, and that's what, made it worse or whatever. But after all of this, I wouldn't want to be with nobody. I would not want to be back with you. After all of this dragging through the social media, through this, that, I don't want to, you just messed your chance up. I just feel like that. And then here comes, because he started to tear up a little bit, but he didn't want to let that go. Marcel tried to give Tisha a napkin, like a little tissue. Marcel had to tap that lady like 15 times for her to realize that he trying to give you the tissue. I said, girl, get the tissue out of his hand. Give it to Martel. She tried to give it to Martel. I said, I don't need no tissue. I don't need that. What you trying? Man, I said, and that's the thing too. Most women love when a man can be vulnerable. You don't have to be that machismo. You don't have to be, oh, I'm so strong and I'm so masculine. We know that you are. We know that you can be. But let your guard down a little bit. Let those tears flow, because we know that you're feeling it. We know that you're hurting. We know that you're in pain, because your actions are showing that. It's okay to let your tears flow. And then here come Carlos. Carlos said, baby, if you're not going to cry, I'm going to cry for you. When you cry, I cry. We cry together, okay? That is the song, y'all. That is the song. I ain't going to sing it today. But I was just sitting here like, child, a mess. I said, Martel, let the tears flow. That's all we want. So basically, Carlos was just like, he just sees, he's worried about Martel. I honestly felt like Carlos was putting a little bit 20 on 10 when he started crying, but I do agree with some of the things that he was saying. Carlos wanted a moment. Carlos got that moment, and I kind of appreciated that moment because, it got them to soften up, or at least it got Martel to soften up a little bit, because basically was telling him, you still want this woman. You feel like you messed up, and you just can't really say that you messed up and realize that you just destroyed your whole family. You destroyed your whole life. Okay, that's basically what it is. And now you got to start over, and you wish that you never did that, and you don't know how to convey that, and that's why you going out here doing the things that you're doing. Okay. And of course he had to agree. And, everybody sitting up there tearing up, Mel tearing up, because, she was just basically like, never did she think that she would be mother to kids, and she don't even like the father, and it's just it's a mess. It's a mess. But truth be told, I feel like this what happens in some divorces, not all, but some divorces. And then again, it was just made extra big because it's on TV and it's in the national spotlight, some semi-national spotlight, I guess, in the urban world, in the black world, I would say, and, social media played a part in all this, and Martel just acting out, and, and when he said, I come down on men, but I also come down on women too, because, you have to understand that some of these men, when they're married to women who get that little fame or whatever off of being successful at work and then getting that spotlight, it's like, what about them? And you can't neglect them. You still got to make them feel like a man or whatever. And I'm sitting there like, if you that insecure that you can't see that I still make you feel like a man, or my success really is making you feel some type of way, then you ain't the person for me. Okay? That's just what it is. But Mel said, no, I never neglected him. Never neglecting him at all. We still did what we needed to do in the household. I still cooked. I still cleaned. We still went on trips. We went to see friends. We still had times with the kids. We never canceled this. We always went down to Destin's at least 3 times a year. All of that. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I think right about now, they just need to put the kibosh on them trying to work out a relationship to try to get back together. That's never going to happen, not in the foreseeable future, maybe down the line, but not now. They just need to focus on trying to be better for the kids. And like Carlos said, them kids can feel energy. They know, okay? They've been there. You know what I'm saying? And they're growing up so they can know more, you know? And I'm pretty sure they're on social media and seeing the way that y'all acting, both of y'all acting, not just him, you too, Mel, on social media. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a real unfortunate situation. Baby, I am so mad. Why they do this? Girl, they brought Tiffany and Lewis out for like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Now, baby, if I was sitting at home watching this reunion and seeing how it was edited and I was Tiffany and Lewis, girl, I'd be mad that I wasted my time showing up. And truth be told, it was only 2 minutes because that's what they gave us throughout the season, girl. Truth be told, Tiffany and Lewis ain't give us nothing, okay? Girl, we don't care about this little therapy session that y'all went to with Dr. Francis. You know, Tiffany was like, he never saw it for us. You know, as soon as we came in, he didn't even say hello. He didn't even ask about us. He didn't even ask if this was our second marriage or whatever. He just instantly said that we had too much stuff going on. We was this and we was that. And, you know, I'm up here taking a phone call and I'm not in tune and all that stuff. Girl, we don't care. We don't care. You know, how does it feel to be called fake? Well, he didn't diagnose us as fake. That's what Marcel said. But, you know, it is what it is. We've been consistent. We showed y'all what we are and all this stuff. Girl, Lewis, shut up. Shut up. You didn't bring anything to the show, okay? You really didn't. And truth be told, I keep on saying that, but I'm just going to keep on saying it because it's the truth. That storyline about you being sexually frustrated and then you want to flip it and say, oh, we weren't talking about months and stuff. I mean, it was like a couple of weeks or whatever. I said, what? He said, I know how it came off, but you know, that's just not how. I said, we're not finna flip the script now, okay? We're not finna flip the script now because you done went and read the comments, girl. Okay, don't do that, Miss Tiffany and Mr. Lewis. But I will say this, they announced their pregnancy or whatever. She 4 months, the baby name is gonna be Ace. Well, she was 4 months then, so she probably like 6 now. And she did look like she was glowing or whatever. Baby, let me tell y'all something. I would be so mad if y'all made me get dressed up to my nines, girl, and came out here to sit on the couch for 2 minutes. Granted, I know it's edited to make it look like they was on the couch for a couple of seconds. But, baby, I would be mad as hell. That's all y'all showed? That's all y'all showed? You mean to tell me? Because, bitch, I'd be more mad if I was Lewis. Because let me tell y'all something. Lewis looked good up in his suit. That gray with that red, baby, they look like they was going to prom. I said, all right, you trying to be homecoming king up in here. Lewis was the best dressed for the suits, okay? I'm just saying, that suit was fire. I said, y'all had to come. Y'all said, girl, they ain't finna show us that much, but we finna stand out because we finna show some color, bitch. And that's what they did. That's what they did. I will be so pissed. 2 minutes. Girl, all right. And so the ending of the reunion was talking about Kimmy and her discovering her breast cancer diagnosis. And, you know, after listening to her, you know, she said she struggled at one point to either put her story out there or not to. But she decided that, you know, it's better to do it than not and then just be sitting at home and depressed and sad about it. You know, she said she had 20 weeks of chemo. She's done 7. No, she only has 7 left. After that, she has surgery. Then she has 30 rounds of radiation. So you're just going to show all the stuff that you have to go through when you have this illness, cancer, and how it is. But at the same time, you know, she was just putting out there the awareness that it's a lot of black folks. And then, you know, breast cancer especially, it affects a lot of black women. And, you know, it's a lot of black people that do not want to go to the doctors and don't want to get checked for anything. And, you know, like she said, it's not necessarily that could be the case as well, but also the fact that a lot of people probably can't afford to get a mammogram and don't have insurance or whatever. So, you know, you have to be more diligent. You have to find a way to just keep a check and keep an eye on your body. That's what, you know, I've been doing. Literally this whole week, you know, has been quite stressful. And I've spoken about it, you know, things just like I'm good. It's just, I don't know what else is going on with the panic attacks and stuff like that. So we're trying to get that in order. But I get it. And then when Carlos started talking about how his mother passed away from breast cancer but didn't say anything, didn't go into the doctor, suffered alone basically in silence. And, you know, to know that, I guess she must have recently passed, because he said that this was one of his favorite shows, and to offer encouragement. And I love the fact that he put it out there and said that, you know, Kimmy, putting your story out there because this is a mostly viewed by women show, and black women at that. So therefore, you're putting that message out there and making it okay to go out there, to go ahead and go to the doctor and get checked if you feel funny, or just to get checked in general. You know what I'm saying? To keep an eye on your body, to put that awareness out there. Because I remember when her part of the storyline, or I should say the season, came up when she first put it out there that she had cancer, somebody literally said in a comment, so why she needed to put it out there and put it on the show? What was the point of her putting it on the show? And that comment irked my nerves so bad, because I cannot believe somebody would literally say that. People put, this is the stuff that we need to be put out there on TV shows or whatever, especially when it's mostly black people that is on a black casted show that are watching. Because again, like they said, a lot of us don't go to the doctor. A lot of us don't check ourselves because we're scared, or we think that, you know, we just don't trust doctors. So yeah, it was needed. That's why she put it out there. That's why it was shown. So I wish they would have spent more time on that instead of spending all this goddamn time on Martel. They literally pulled Tiffany and Lewis out for the 2 minutes, y'all. 2 minutes. Baby, I'm done. Anyway, that was Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all, I will see y'all later. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for rolling. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.